These are 12 of the most surprising reasons you're not losing weight. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So honestly, what I'm about to tell you may not be like earth-shattering, but I guarantee you're doing some of these and it's the reason you're not losing weight. They're 12 of the biggest mistakes I made when I was starting my 45-pound weight loss journey, and I know some of these are gonna really surprise you. I feel like I can already see the comment section now, like, duh, Katie, already knew that. But honestly, they weren't obvious for me. And to be honest, there's a reason why you're watching this video right now. Especially when it came to my nutrition, I really learned that some of the smallest little tweaks and changes could have the biggest impact when it came to losing weight. And during my fitness journey, I realized I was doing my workouts all wrong. Like, there is a right way to work out if you want to get results. Our bodies aren't as complicated as we make it, but you have to know what actually is gonna work. But here's the craziest thing. 2 of the most surprising changes I made had nothing to do with nutrition or workout. Luckily, they're all super easy to do. Like, most of them you could actually start doing today and seeing changes. So I'm gonna break them all down and show you what results you can expect and how quickly you can start to feel and see those changes happen. By the way, if you are someone who weighs yourself at all, you need to hear what I have to say on the last one. Like, seriously, even if you skip everything else, which I think would be a mistake, make sure you listen to the last one. So if you're trying to lose weight or eat healthier, I made this video for you. Sweat the thumbs up. That just means give it a little click. And if you're new to my channel, I'm so happy you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I have new videos every week sharing my health and fitness journey to help you with yours. And I do weekly giveaways for my subscribers. So drop a comment down below, say hi, make sure we know you're here, and check the community channel every Sunday to see if you won. All right, so you guys might have noticed my little board over here. I thought it'd be fun for us to have like a way to really visualize these as I go through them. So I'm gonna reveal one at a time, and as I explain it to you, I'm gonna drop it down below and show you how quickly you can expect to see or feel results from it. So some of these, you're gonna notice a change right away if you implement them today. Some might be about 0 to 2 weeks and others 2 or more weeks, but we're gonna break it all down in just a sec. But really fast before we get into it, I wanna know like what you feel is the hardest part for you to get right. If it's workouts, drop a little strong arm emoji down below. If it's your nutrition, like you just don't know how to stick to healthy eating, drop an avocado just because I love avocados. And if it's both, you get the idea. All right, so we're gonna start with number 1. As we go through these, you guys, like if these are things that you are struggling with, tell me in the comments. I really wanna be in here giving you all the support you need, and it helps give me ideas for more videos to make that are gonna help you guys out. Can you guys see this okay? Should I bring it up here? My trusty little board. All right, so why you're not losing weight. These are, again, 12 things you might not realize are really impacting your ability to actually lose weight. So let's look at number 1. All right, number 1. Ooh, this is a good one. You're not eating enough carbs. You're not eating enough carbs. You guys, I can't tell you how many times in my dieting life I would go to cutting carbs immediately thinking it was going to be my solve and help me shed pounds. Sometimes it helps you lose them temporarily, but you end up gaining all that weight back so quickly and oftentimes more weight because you're depriving yourself. We need carbohydrates for energy. It is the first thing our body uses. So if you have been cutting carbs and you're feeling sluggish, well, guess what? You're not going to be able to do your workouts. You're not gonna be eating enough fiber in your diet as well, which is hugely important. So one of the first things I think is so important to check is how much carbs you're eating throughout the day. Of course, the type of carbs matter. I lay these out in my meal plans for you guys so you don't have to think about it, but things like sweet potatoes, whole grains, brown rice, like those are such good sources that are gonna give you a lot of fiber and a lot of good energy. So if you start balancing out your carbs, this is one where I would expect you would see your weight loss shift within probably a week or so, because sometimes just the lack of carbs is making your body hold on to that excess fat. So we're gonna put it in 0 to 2 weeks, which is really quick to start to see a shift in your weight already. So physically in your body, but honestly, we could put it in today as far as like feeling better by adding those carbs back in. Number 2. You're doing too much cardio. Yes. All right, true confession moment. Where are my cardio bunnies at? You're like, I just get on that treadmill and I go, go, go. Cardio is great for our cardiovascular health, heart health. It is an important part of a well-rounded workout routine. But this is the one I realized I was doing all wrong. If you're just getting started, of course, walking, starting with what you know is comfortable is great. Moving your body is important. but you need to be adding in strength training if you want to lose weight. I know you girls ask me all the time what my split is. If you have the Move app, I put it in there for you. I break it all down with the workouts, everything, but basically I do a 3 and 3. I do 3 days of different types of cardio, and the balance of those different types of cardio is important, and 3 days of strength training. It is crucial to have that balance because your strength workouts are really going to give you more bang for your buck in that short amount of time. You're gonna increase your muscle mass, which is gonna allow you to burn more calories most efficiently all day long. And cardio is great to balance that out as well, but you have to have that mix. I recommend about 30 to 45 minutes a day. That's what my workouts are. But again, 3 cardio, 3 strength. You've got to get those both in. So if you start adding in strength training, again, you're gonna start to actually physically see results in as little as 2 weeks. It's gonna be closer to the 2, but maybe we'll put it like right here actually, in that in between. Between 2 and 4 weeks, you're gonna start seeing more definition in your body, more energy, everything's gonna start working a little bit better, and you're gonna see those pounds start to drop. Number 3, boom, you have the wrong goals. If you are too hyper focused on just reaching some number, I need to lose 10 pounds, I need to lose 20 pounds, you're gonna have a really hard time actually transforming your lifestyle and sticking to anything long enough to see results. You also can hit plateaus way easier if your goals are too focused on that, because your body will start to like shut down in different ways or get like just locked up. So you need to have the right goals. Focus on the habits, not the results. This makes a huge difference. This is what allowed me to lose 45 pounds, because instead of wanting to lose 45 pounds, which would get me to a healthy weight, I focused on wanting those habits, staying consistent with moving my body every day, eating healthier foods. You need to shift your mindset in order to see those results not only start to happen, but actually last. And honestly, if you recalibrate on your goals, like right now, that's when the change starts. So we're gonna put it right here. It's one of the most important things you can do. Your why, your focus, your goals. That's gonna change everything. And that starts today. Number 4, ooh, you are stressed out, girl. All right, let's get rid of that stress. Here's the thing. You could be working out so hard. You could be doing all the things, eating so well. But if you are stressed, whether it's stressed about losing weight, stressed about fitting in your workouts, stressed about your family, your work, whatever it is, you are going to have a hard time losing weight because your cortisol levels are going to skyrocket. Your hormones are all going to be out of whack, and your body's going to want to hold on because it's comfortable. It's like, yes, I like this like little comfort zone. I don't know if I'm going to be fed at the right time. I don't know what's going on. My hormones, my brain, everything is off. Stress can have the most crazy impact on your weight ever. It can cause you to gain weight, and it definitely stops you from losing weight the way that you want to. So you gotta check your stress. Again, if you can get this under, like you need to start doing things. It's not gonna happen immediately, right? Depending on what your life stress situation is. But if you reduce your stress and you reduce those cortisol levels, you might start to see that weight change in as little as a couple of weeks. So we're gonna put it right there. Number 5, let's see. Oh yes, okay. You're underestimating how much you're eating. You guys, as a personal trainer, sports nutritionist, I talk to clients all the time, talk to girls all the time who are like, I'm eating so well. And then they write it all out and you realize that you're actually eating way more, especially when it comes to calories, than you think. I don't like to talk in calories because I don't want to stress you out. That's why my meal plans don't lay them out for you. I just tell you like, eat all this food. But really, you do have to be mindful of it because in order to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So most people underestimate how many calories they're actually consuming. For example, like we willy-nilly eat avocado, right? But avocado, while it is healthy, is extremely high in fat. A healthy portion of avocado is like a quarter of an avocado, about the size of your thumb. But we tend to eat half, sometimes even a whole, and that can be upwards closer to 300 calories and like 25 plus grams of fat, which is a big portion of a day. If you lock up your day and you get a little bit more mindful, maybe keeping a food tracker or food journal for a little bit, just to really make sure you're in a good, healthy caloric range. Again, in as little as 2 weeks, you could start to see some of that weight. Even just reducing a few hundred calories that can sneak up really quickly, that extra snack that you probably don't need, that can help drop weight really fast. All right, number 6, you're not getting enough sleep. This kind of plays into the stress one too. Sleep is crucial. It is so important. You need to be getting 7 to 8 hours minimum. For women, I like to say more like 8 to 9 really, but at least 7 hours of sleep every single night to allow your hormones to balance out the way they need to. Human growth hormone, everything we need for our body to be able to function, for us to be able to build lean muscle, burn fat efficiently, for everything to work in unison. Sleep has to happen. So I know there's seasons of life. Maybe you're a new mom. Maybe you are going through something. You have a job that's just like interrupting. Know that this is probably impacting that. So you might not be able to change it right away, but when you can, make it a priority because it will have a huge shift. Sleep is kind of one that you're probably you'll feel really good a lot faster, right? You're gonna feel really, really good in this faster range. But as far as its impact on your weight, it probably will be more in that 2+ week range that you'll actually notice a difference if you start getting adequate sleep. Lucky number lucky number 7. You're building muscle, girlfriend. Yes, okay, this is one I have to explain over and over and over, and I get it because I never understood it. A lot of people are surprised to know how much I weigh. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, because it's not like a secret. I don't weigh myself very often, but I typically, whenever I do, I'm right around the 135 range. Sometimes I go up to more like 140, closer in that range, 135 to 140, but I am very thin. I am fit. I am toned. I have so much muscle on my body. I think I have like 66% or something last time I got my muscle measured. Anyway, point being, oftentimes, especially if you start a new workout routine, if you start adding in those weight training days, you're building more muscle, you may somewhat see your weight go up slightly, temporarily. So keep that in mind. If you're adding on muscle does not weigh more than fat. It does not weigh more than fat. A pound is a pound, but it is more dense. So you're going to start to see that scale tip a little bit. Also, what happens when you build muscle is you have more water retention because you have all these little tears in your muscle, which is what you need to happen for it to build. But those are gonna hold on to excess water for a while. So this is gonna be more like that 2 to 4 week range. You wanna keep building muscle. So this isn't something you wanna get rid of or change, but you just need to be aware of it. It's super important, and know that it could take closer to like 4 weeks to start to see that muscle to fat ratio balance out a little bit and you start to feel better. All right, 8. You're eating out too much. So this isn't even about eating too much. You could be eating a good healthy amount, but you're eating out too much. And why I want to pull this one out and why it's so important to me and why I think it's so surprising is because it's not just about eating out unhealthy foods. Eating even healthier meals, of healthier fast food options, healthier grocery, whatever, you're gonna typically be seeing a lot more sodium, more sugars, and more fats than you would if you're making food at home. The amount of sodium you get in, say, a healthy salad bowl sometimes can be upwards of like 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot, especially in one meal. Now, if you're eating out often, you're getting this surplus of sodium. Your body is going to be holding on to excess water, which is going to be puffy. You're going to look bloated. You're going to have that discomfort. So if you're eating out frequently, try to make one little swap. You guys know I have healthy recipes. I have my meal prep, under 30-minute easy meal prep to help you with lunches and dinners. Go watch those videos, but maybe ditch like one meal and then maybe ditch 2 meals that you're eating out. Swap those for ones that you make at home to really help you actually see that difference. So if you're eating out a lot, this one for sure within 2 weeks, you could see a huge difference in water weight alone, let alone like excess calories and fat and everything. So make that one change first. Number 9, you are too comfy. I love being cozy and comfy. Like, I'm just a cozy girl, but that's what I'm talking about. This is like you're just too comfortable in your routine. If you want results that you've never had before, if you want changes in your body you've not had, you have to do something you've never done before. It's gonna be hard, whether that's changing the way you're eating or changing your workout routine, increasing your weights, working out harder. It might suck a little bit at first. And I have to be frank with you guys because like I've been there. But if it's something that you actually care about, whether it's because, talk about getting your goals right, whatever your goals are, whether it's because you know you need to get to a healthier weight, because you know that you're gonna have more energy and feel better and show up better if you're moving your body, if you're eating better, whatever your goal is, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable for a little bit. And if you're not willing to do that, then you can't complain about not being able to lose weight. It's just a fact. Like, you just have to be okay with being uncomfortable. And no one likes it, but we're gonna do it together. So we're gonna make it more fun and make it a little less painful and a little less uncomfy. So this one we're gonna put in the 2+ weeks because you're gonna take a little bit of time to actually like really push yourself and get uncomfortable, right? To be able to start to see the change. So I'd say more like depending on what, if it's food, if it's workouts, we're talking more like probably 4 to 6 weeks to start to see some of the physical change from that. But you're gonna feel different real fast. All right, girls, we're down to our final 3. And like I said, that last one, ooh, it's a good one. All right, 10. This one might surprise you, maybe not, maybe you've never thought about it. You have an underlying health condition. I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying if you have been struggling to lose weight and you're like, Katie, I've been doing all these things. I'm uncomfortable. I've been eating healthy. I'm moving my body. I'm doing strength and cardio and all the things, and I cannot lose weight. You may have an underlying health condition, something like hypothyroidism like I have, or something completely unknown. I don't know, something you don't know about. Go get yourself checked. Go get your hormones checked. If you genuinely can be honest with yourself and say, I am doing everything right. I've tried everything. I like genuinely have been consistent for more than 2 weeks, right? We're talking months trying to do things and nothing is budging. Then maybe you have an underlying condition that you need to get checked, and that's so important to consider and have in the back of your mind. Don't neglect that, but just know that this is a possibility if you genuinely feel like you're doing everything. All right, so this one, if it's you, it's definitely gonna be in that 2+ week because you're gonna have to take time to figure out what's going on, how to correct that underlying issue while doing all the other changes. So there's not a real timeline on that one because it really depends on the situation. 11. I will talk about this until I'm in my grave. You guys have heard me say it a million times. You might not be getting enough protein. If you're not, as a woman, hitting at least 100 grams of protein a day, you are probably not getting enough protein and you are likely going to struggle with your weight loss. Protein is essential for all of us. I try to get it like 130 grams a day. I say about 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat or like your weight, right? But aim for at least 100. 20 grams per meal, chicken breast, some eggs, protein, like Love So Fitness protein has 20 or 23 grams depending on which flavor you get. I do it a couple times a day to make sure I can hit that number, but protein is going to help you again build lean muscle so you can burn more fat efficiently all day long. And it also is going to help with your sleep, your recovery. It is essential. So again, if you're doing all the things and you're like, what's happening? Look at your protein. You probably need more. Up that protein a bit. As long as you're being mindful of your entire day, what you're eating, your plan, it can really, really help you start to see a difference in your body composition and your ability to burn fat and lose weight. All right, so if you start adding in protein, you're hitting your 100+ grams a day. I would say probably around that 2-week mark, you're gonna start to see some changes happening, especially in your body composition, meaning like how your body is looking. Again, you want to marry a lot of these things together, right? But if that's one that you're like, yeah, that's for sure me, that could have a pretty quick impact on your body. All right, you guys, this last one, number 12. I wanted to save it to the end because it is so, so important. And if you ignore the rest of these, this is the one thing I need you to pay attention to. So if you've been consistently working out, you're eating healthy, you're doing the things, and you're like, I'm not losing weight. Sometimes my weight goes up, sometimes my weight goes down. I don't know, this is so frustrating. You are relying too much on the scale. And that is why in your mind, you are not losing weight. Because here's what I need to tell you. The scale only gives you one number, right? So we automatically think like, that's how much I weigh. And in a sense it is. But that's talking about your muscle, your fat, your water weight, your skeleton. Like there's a lot going on there. And that can change 3 to 5 pounds day to day based on water retention, bloating, if it's your time of the month. There are so many things that can impact that weight. I don't want you relying on the scale. It can give you a baseline, but that can really mess with your head and really start to make you feel frustrated. It can make you doubt the results that are actually happening from your workouts, from your diet, the things that you're doing. So yes, we say we want to lose weight, but what we really mean is we want to lose fat. We want to lose excess fat on our body that we don't need, that's not serving us. Some level of fat is healthy and we need it. So the way to measure your excess fat loss, right? How to actually lose fat is to take measurements and to take photos. Think about how your clothes fit. The scale again, foundation. At some point, you will see it start to drop more significantly. That's fine. But especially in these first few weeks, we're gonna put it right here because it can completely change your mind immediately. In those first few weeks, it can have such a huge difference and impact on what's actually happening. So take a photo or look at a photo from before to where you're at now. See the visual difference in your body. I always like to take them in tight, minimal clothing. Even if you don't ever share them, you keep them to yourself so that you can really say like, oh, wow, actually like, yeah, my waist has come in a bit. Oh, I see more definition right there. So take those photos, take measurements. They're so important, and they're gonna make a huge difference for you. Stop relying on the scale. All right, girls, so those are the 12 surprising reasons you might not be losing weight or losing fat. And look, you guys, like they're all within that 2 plus week, but look how many of them within 2 weeks you could start to physically see changes if you actually started to implement these in your life. If you shifted your mindset, if you started getting less stressed, if you started eating more carbs, stopped eating out so much, these little things all add up. And that's what I'm saying. When I lost 45 pounds, it wasn't one thing I changed that made all the difference. It's all these little things that added up to give me such amazing results and allow me to build a healthy lifestyle that I've now maintained for 12 years. Like, it completely transformed my life. So I always want to bring these back to you guys to really make you aware of like the tiny things. Because we all know diet's big, we all know your workouts are important, right? But it's in like the minutia, like all the little details that the real change starts to happen. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If it was, sweat the thumbs up. Again, ask me anything down in the comments below. I love you all so much. Don't forget, good things come to those who sweat. So I'll see you next week. Bye. Everything will probably